I have the privilege of talking with three members of the Tuskegee Air Force.
Hi, my name is Gaulden, and I'm originally from Grambling, Louisiana. I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana now.
Well, Harold, it must be something to be here today and see all these old T-6s and this P-51 sitting behind us. What's it make you feel like?
It makes me, kind of makes my blood boil a little bit.
Does it?
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
Well, it brings back old memories. I used to see those things take off every day at Tuskegee. And, well, when I was there, I didn't think too much about it. I was 18 years old, and I saw those things take off. And, in fact, I've seen more black pilots fly than I have white pilots.
Your name, sir?
My name is Walter Palmer.
And where are you from, Walter?
I'm currently from Indianapolis, but I am originally from New York City.
And you, sir?
My name is Louis Hill, and I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
What was your job as a Tuskegee Airman?
It was a fire rescue.
And so when you saw a few of them break up and you had to go out there and clean them up?
Not as many as you might think, but there was a few.
I trained as a bomber pilot. I flew B-25s.
B-25s? How do you feel today seeing all these old T-6s and this P-51? Does it bring back some memories?
It really does, because I used to watch these single-engine pilots, particularly those in advance, dogfighting over the skies of Tuskegee.
I was a fighter pilot. I took my training in single-engine planes, and of course these AT-6s here, or T-6s as they're now called, bring back a lot of fond memories of flying days.
What did you fly as a fighter pilot?
As a fighter pilot, I flew 4 different fighter planes, the P-39, the P-40, the P-47, and the P-51.
So this P-51 that's sitting behind us must really stir up some emotion.
Most definitely it does. I had an opportunity to fly in this particular P-51 with John Shuttleworth a couple of weeks ago, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Did he let you get a hold of it a little bit?
Oh, yes. He did. I don't know why he did, but he trusted me with it. And I apparently handled it fairly well, because he invited me to come back for another flight sometime.
Louis, back in World War II, the climate was a little different than it is now. Can you speak to us about that?
I'd be very happy to. Yes, it was definitely considerably different, because there were many areas were closed to black people. Of course, at that time we were called Negroes. And the nomenclature has changed several times during the past 55 years. If you'll recall that, particularly in states like many of our southern states, and many of this state, for example, segregated its schools in the 1920s. And I was... My mother, for example, had graduated from Shortridge High School in Indianapolis, and my daughter graduated from Shortridge, but I was forced to go to a segregated school, Crispus Attucks High School, where I graduated considerably 65 years ago.
Walter, as a fighter pilot, at that time, did you feel like you had to work harder or just to prove yourself as a pilot?
Most definitely so. We felt that in order to prove that we were able to fly, we had to show that we were better than the average pilot. And then finally we did get some recognition as a result of our proving ourselves better.
Well, history has shown you guys were pretty ferocious out there.
Yes, we did a pretty good job. Fortunately for us, we had a commanding officer overseas, Colonel Davis at that time. He's now retired Lieutenant General Davis. But he insisted on our mission, our primary mission, that of escorting the bombers and making sure they were safely brought back from the target. And of course, as a result of that, we established a record that will never be bettered. We never lost a bomber to enemy aircraft fire during the whole war.